And with us is the person probably in the middle of all the news this week, Congresswoman Vicky Hartzler, announced you're running for Senate this week.
Absolutely. We're so excited about it and so encouraged by the great response that we're getting. We're at a crisis in our nation. I think people understand the gravity of this time in our history, and they want somebody who has experience getting things done in Washington, who is one of them, who's been fighting for them. And I'm just looking forward to building a team effort to take a stand against socialism and to take back our country.
So when you looked at the race, you've got three other folks that have announced it now. What made you decide that you could win this race?
Well, I've been working with Missourians for 11 years now. Even though my district is 24 counties, I used to represent 4 additional counties before redistricting. So I've actually represented 28 of the 114 counties. But as a member of the Armed Services Committee, I've worked with and represented not just Fort Leonard Wood and Whiteman Air Force Base, but all of our military bases. I've worked with veterans all over this state. As one of the few farmers in Congress and a senior member on Agriculture Committee, I've worked with farmers all over this state. And I care about the people of this state, and I want to see them get the best representation possible, someone who can get those results for them, who's a true conservative and have been my whole life. So I feel like it's time to run and to help lead a movement in Missouri to take a stand against these socialist policies and to promote our freedoms and preserve America's greatness.
You also know your way around this building here at the state capitol, right? You served here before that?
Yeah, 6 years here. I was very, very blessed to get to serve parts of Cass and Johnson County in the Missouri legislature, and at that time we were in the minority. But we still were able to get some things done. While I was here, I worked for several years with others, but we passed 2 major pieces of legislation to overhaul Missouri's adoption laws. And I still hear stories regularly from individuals who say that changed my life, that helped us to be able to adopt, that was wonderful. And so, I'm thankful I've got to have so many opportunities to serve people and to try to make a difference.
So break this down. You're the only person from rural Missouri in the race.
Absolutely.
Why does that matter?
Well, number one industry in Missouri is agriculture. And so it's important that Missouri has somebody in the Senate from rural Missouri who understands our way of life, who shares our values, who has that work ethic. I work hard every day for people, and I love it. It's a privilege and it's an honor. The other 3 individuals are all from St. Louis. So I think I bring a different type of voice, a different perspective, and I'm the only one who has worked with President Trump to get things done. I was alongside him in rebuilding our military after President Obama decimated our military, and I fought to build up our military, get more defense funding. I was the one who championed the F-18 cause when the Defense Department was going to cut those airplanes. I was the one that championed the cause to get the F-15s bought back into our Air Force. And so
I guess you had to build a wall around Fort Leonard Wood, right, the whole time you're there?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Fort Leonard Wood is so important, and I've been there on the front lines fighting for them because they fight for us, and it's an high honor.
So you're also the only woman in the race.
Yeah.
To me, when you talk about issues like pro-life issues, I think it comes differently from a woman.
Yeah, I think a woman can speak to those things perhaps from a perspective that others can't. And I know that life begins at conception, and I know that God has a plan and purpose for every life, and it deserves to be born. And so I've been proud to be a pro-life champion while I've been in Washington. And in fact, I'm the chairman of the House Values Action Team, which is over 110 members of Congress that we work together to advance faith, family, and freedom. I'm the sponsor of the bill to defund Planned Parenthood. I led the amicus brief before the Trinity Lutheran case before the U.S. Supreme Court that we won and ensured those religious liberties and freedoms are protected. So it's a great honor to be there as a woman, as a conservative, and as a leader in our movement.
So walk me through, when you size up this race, big race, statewide is a little different. You've staked out some different ground. You've talked about what you've been able to accomplish. I mean, sort of when from Republicans anymore you hear, well, here's how I can tear things down. You've had a little bit of a different track and talked about some things you've actually accomplished. Is that just who you are? Or what made you decide to lead with that?
Well, others, Missourians deserve more than rhetoric. They deserve results. And that's what we've delivered. That's what we need right now at this crucial time in history when under President Biden and Pelosi and Schumer, they are dismantling everything that made this country great. We need somebody who has a track record of fighting and winning on these issues, and that's what we have to offer, and I'm excited to. This isn't about me. This is about Missouri and Missourians. It's our values. It's our ideals that are on the line. It's our freedoms that are being taken from us by a big government that doesn't care about us. And so I am thrilled to have this potential opportunity to serve and to fight for all good people of this state.